Hi everyone, welcome. So I'm going to lead you through about a half an hour gentle yoga class. So probably quite floor based, nice and gentle so it's accessible for everybody, hopefully. Just really tune in, listen to your body, make sure what you're doing feels good. And what I'm doing is just a suggestion, it's just leading you through the movements, but feel free to adapt or rest at any time that you need to as well. So enjoy. So we're going to start in a child's pose, but maybe open the knees a little bit, so into hare. Big toes joined together at the back. Don't worry if your bottom doesn't meet your heels, doesn't matter at all. Your bottom might be lifted. And then we're just going to bring the forehead down onto the yoga mat. Finding the arms in a nice comfortable place, and if your forehead doesn't meet the yoga mat comfortably, you can just pop one hand on top of the other, or maybe a little cushion under your head, or even stack your fists. And just take a moment here, closing your eyes, starting to tune into your natural flow of breath. So tune into the feeling of opening through the back of the body into the back ribs as you breathe in. And then maybe gently open the mouth, and as you exhale, think of breathing down into your yoga mat. Using that as an opportunity to let go of anything that might be occupying your mind, maybe breathing away the past, breathing away the future, breathing away any busyness. Feeling your body sinking into the earth, giving into gravity. 2 more nice big breaths. Breathing out through the mouth, directing your breath down into the yoga mat, down into the ground. Softening your fingers, softening your toes, softening your shoulders and your jaw. Just making that your last breath. Allowing your breathing to settle back into its natural rhythm. And then when you feel ready, nice and slowly, starting to lift the head and then just making your way up onto all fours. So turning your knees forwards, spreading your hands nice and wide, pressing the palm and the fingertips and the knuckles down into the mat. Little softness in the elbow joints. Us ladies especially tend to hyperextend the elbows, so keep a little softness there. And then pick up one knee, place the knee back down. Pick up the other knee, place the knee back down. So you might feel a little more space being created in your lower back by doing that. Little feeling of pressing the floor away, so we're not collapsing in the shoulders, so we're lifted. So we're going to breathe in, stretch through the belly, lift the sit bones, lift the heart, lift the chin. Push the floor away. Exhale, round through the back, lift through the belly, draw the tailbone, the chin in, find that lovely big cat stretch. Inhale, body coming forward. Exhale, closing the body. So this is a really nice one to do with your eyes closed, especially if you find yourself at home and maybe the room around you isn't so clear. Just feel free to close your eyes. And then completely focus inwards on your breath. So allow your breath to lead your body. Exhale, squeezing all the air out of the lungs, lift through the belly. Inhale, stretching the belly and opening through the heart. So
We're just continuing a couple more rounds here.
And just notice what's happening between your eyebrows, or are you clenching? Could you find a little more space between the eyebrows?
Let the eyebrows open. Maybe a little hint of a smile at the sides of the eyes, the sides of the mouth. And then we're coming back into a central position.
Lovely. So one arm, breathing in, lifting up, opening. Exhale, twist and thread the needles. We're starting to rotate through the back now. Breathing in, lifting. Breathing out, thread the needle. So if you can, breathe through your nose so the air is warmed and filtered. If you feel like you need to breathe through your mouth, feel free to do that. So we're going to slide the shoulder down on the side of the head, probably just above the temples so we're not creating too much kink in the neck. And then place your hand a little bit further away from your face. So we've got the bottom lifted, lovely twist in the spine, a little stretch across the scapula at the back of the body as well, across the shoulder blades. You can stay here, or the way that you're facing, so I'm facing my right side, I'm going to take my right leg back, and I'm going to lift it up to about hip height with a nice flexed ankle. So I'm pushing the heel away, squeezing through the bottom, little lift through your belly. You might notice I'm doing some little wriggles. Embrace those little wobbles, breathe. 3, 2, 1, and carefully land the knee. Push into the hand. Inhale, we're lifting. And exhale, just come back into a central position, have a little shift. Spread your hands once again. If your wrists start to struggle, feel free to come back onto up onto a fist, or give your wrists a little turn if you need to. Okay, so other arm now, breathing in, lifting up and open. Breathing out, thread the needle. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Breath in, lift. So we open the front of the body, and then we open the back of the body. Shoulder down, adjust the head, move your hand away from you, and then if you want to, other leg back, lifting, press the heel away, little lift through the belly. We're breathing, embracing those little wobbles. 3, 2, 1, and carefully landing the knee back down, pushing into the hand, breathing in, lifting, and breathing out, coming back into the middle. Perfect, so we'll take a breath in, and then we'll sit back, maybe with the knees facing forwards, and this time I'm going to reach the arms all the way down, so that the elbows are off the floor, and maybe see if you can come up into your fingertips. So we get a little feeling of lengthening through the back. Let the breath come into your ribs at the back, breathing sideways. Maybe just seeing if you can loosen off your jaw, and then you'll get a nice release going on at the back of the neck. One more breath. I can hear I'm going to have a visitor. There's a little cat at the door. So we're going to lift on up from here. We're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Just lift your head nice and slowly in case you get a head rush. If you feel free, if you want to come around to seated, you can. If you're happy staying on your knees, stay here. And then we're just going to come up a little bit. So if this is not comfortable on your knees or your hips, just come around to seated for a moment. So from here, taking a lovely big breath in. Eye gaze lifting. Exhale. Let your heart lift to meet your thumbs. Breathing in. And breathing out. One more time. Inhale, lifting. And exhale. Perfect. So you're going to twist towards me. Bring your back hand over. And then see if you can reach your front arm back. Here's my little buddy. Hello. side, so we reach around, so your sit bones are rooted wherever you are, and then find a lovely twisting through the back, sliding the shoulders down, so we're not here, sliding them down, lovely open through the chest, and then we'll come back to the front. Okay, perfect. So let's reach all the way down the yoga mat again. So we're going to come into what I call a moving sequence. So we're going to breathe in, lift up and forwards, and then breathe out. Draw the elbows into the waist and slowly lower your body down to the yoga mat. Roll the shoulders back, find a little lift in the chest into cobra, and then when you feel ready, push into the hands. As soon as I push the hands, lift through the bottom, and then slide back. I've got a mischievous cat in the corner, climb over the bosses. Breathing in, lifting, spread your hands into the ground, stay lifted through the belly, lifted through the hips. Exhale, elbows in, coming all the way down. Roll the shoulders back. As soon as you press into the hands, lift through the hips. So a little bit of arm strength building there. And then we're just going to do that one more time. Choose to rest here if you prefer. Inhale, we're lifting. Exhale, elbows in. Breathing in, lifting the heart. Pressing into the hands, and then drawing back. Fabulous. We're going to come back up onto all fours. Let's take one foot back. We're going to tuck the toes under, gently push your weight back into the heels. We get a nice stretch through the calf and through the Achilles. And roll back through your foot. Let's change sides. Tuck the toes under, press the heel back, and then switch. So we're going to do that one more time each side. Breath in. Exhale, gently push your weight back into the heel, and then change sides. Toes under, exhale, press, lovely. So that's one version you can stay with. You can do another 4, or if you like, come up to down dog. We're going to spread the hands nice and wide. Tucking the toes under, inhale, lifting. Exhale, gently draw your armpits open towards the ground. Place your feet about hip width. So if you're a little tight in the shoulders, don't worry, you'll be more here. If you're a little more open, see if you can just gently open the armpits. Elbows soft, really spreading the whole of your hands into the ground. So we're not just pushing through the heel of the hand, we're pushing through the knuckles and the finger pads. Lift through the sit bones, a little softness in the knees, and shake out the head, checking we're breathing. Don't worry if your heels aren't down, doesn't matter. So we're going to walk out the feet here, bending one knee, pressing the opposite heel down, foot to foot. Maybe turning that into a little twist if that feels good. So looking underneath one armpit and then the other. So it can be quite wrist bearing. So choose to sit down and rest already, or just do one more on each foot. Anybody? And then when you feel ready, coming down to the knees, take a breath in, down, and then breathe out and sit back. So if you need to, give your wrists a little breather. Open and close the hands, and then just maybe place them down by your feet for a moment there. Relax the shoulders lots. Shake out the head. Do that little exhalation into the ground again. Breathing in and then breathing out through the mouth. One more time, breath in. And then breathing out. And when you're ready, hands underneath the shoulders. Let's lift ourselves back up. Lift the head nice and slowly, in case you get a head rush. Ooh. And then when you're ready, we're going to come around to seated. So come and have a seat. And then we're going to bring the legs around the front. So extending the legs forwards. Lifting the buttocks up and out of the way. A little softness in your knees. And then we'll take a breath in here. Flexing the ankles, make sure the feet aren't rolling out. And then breathing out, coming forwards. So think of belly to thighs, chest to knees. Hands onto the shins, onto the floor, or maybe finding over the tops of your feet if you're there. Doesn't matter if you're not. We're going to relax the shoulders, let your body come down. Allow your eyes to close. As much knee bend as you need to, doesn't matter at all. Thinking of relaxing the shoulders. Gently easing open the lower back into the hamstrings and across the buttocks. again, lift the head slowly. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to draw one leg back. So just placing the foot onto the inside of your thigh. If you've got a knee that's sort of wafting in the air, you might want to pop a little pillow underneath there, just give it a little bit of support. And then just checking with the other toes, they want to go up to the ceiling rather than rolling out or rolling in. So bend this knee a little bit if you need to. Inhale, we're lifting. Exhale, we're coming forwards. Just relaxing through the shoulders. Again, letting the chin come in a little bit. So we don't want to we're not trying to force the nose towards the knee, and we don't want a kink in the neck. So chin in, lovely long line through the back and into the back of the neck. We're just enjoying one more breath there. And then when you feel ready, let's roll on up nice and slowly. So this leg, knees going to go up to the ceiling. You can either tuck your foot in nice and tightly into your body, and if you need a little bit more space, just slide your foot a little bit further down. Slightly harder version, cross the foot over the top, and then some of you will know the version of wrapping the foot as well. So if you do that wrap, just check your bottom's not lifted. If it is, see if you can slide that sit bone down. And if it's just not comfortable today, feel free to extend that leg back out. So we'll take an in-breath that lifts us up nice and tall, breathing in, and then breathing out, twist towards your leg. So use your back hand, twist towards me, fingertips just behind you on the ground, lifting up through the crown. Relax the shoulders, maybe turn the head a little bit. Lovely to close the eyes or just lower the gaze. And I always like to feel this nice sort of expansive breath in the torso, so right through the ribs, forwards, back and sides. So when we twist, the spine tends to collapse on itself, so see if you can really think of lifting up. So we're bringing out the spine, but we're also building lots of strength through the back muscles, either side of your spine. So one more breath. And then when you're ready, breathing in, lifting up really tall, and then slowly coming back around. Just take a brief twist the other way, so hand on the inside of the leg, other hand behind you, lift up really tall again, and just take a little look away. Come back into the middle, extend the legs. Give a little wobble out, maybe a little rub up and down, give your thighs a little squidge. And we're going to do that on the other side. So lifting the other leg up and in, sole of the foot onto the inside of the thigh. Don't forget to pop that little cushion underneath there if you need to. Inhale, we're lifting, maybe bend the knee. Exhale, we're coming forwards. So we're never trying to force the body into positions. So we've got an idea of the shape of the movement, or the posture, and then we just find a place that feels comfortable for our bodies. So might have a little knee bend, you might be up a little bit, you might have a straight leg, you might be a bit lower, you might even be super flexible and maybe want a block to hold on to as well. So the lovely thing about yoga is it is for everybody, and you can just adapt it as you need to. Never forcing the body. So when you're ready, taking a little roll on up, stacking the spine, always moving carefully, looking after ourselves. So we're going to place this foot on the inside of the leg. Remember, we can keep it tucked in. We can give ourselves a little bit more space, or we can cross the foot over and maybe do that wrap. So your heel will go round near the opposite buttock. Comes down. Lift on up really tall, so we're going to go towards the leg that's up, breathing out and twisting gently. So shoulder blades gliding down the back, head turning as much as you like. Lovely soft forehead, loose jaw, breath in the ribs. Remembering that lovely feeling of being pulled up, strong through the back of the body. Last breath. Breathing in, lifting tool, let's unravel and just take that little twist the other way. So maybe looking over the back shoulder again, nice open twist there. And we're going to unravel. Let's sit back, extend the legs once again. Give the legs a little roll all back. Squish the thighs a little bit. And then we're going to draw the soles of the feet together. And then once we get there, some of you will naturally kind of tuck under and sit on the back of your sit bones. You want to place your hands down, lift yourself up, slide your bottom back, so nice and high on the top of your sit bones there. And again, if your knees are quite high, you might want to give yourself a little bit more space, make it more like a diamond shape. And if you're quite flexible, maybe draw your feet a little bit closer in. So we're going to breathe in, lift, lift, lift. Exhale, we're coming forward. So start with a straight back. Go as far as you can with a straight back. And then I like to just make it quite easy and relaxed. So hands down on the floor somewhere, and then just relax, relax, relax. Again, not forcing the body. You don't have to try and get your nose to your toes. So just as far as you can. So tuning into the sensations that you're feeling. So I'm feeling quite an inner thigh stretch, little release going on in the lower back. Again, shoulders, lovely relaxed. And then just be careful that you haven't completely compressed in your belly by coming here. So sometimes we just need to take another breath in that lengthens us. And then exhale, just find that softness again. 2 more breaths. Rolling on up. Perfect. So one leg's going to stay in, the other leg is going to go out to the side. Again, both sit both staying grounded. Maybe draw this heel in a little bit. Hand to shin. Inhale, lifting, and then exhale into a little side bend. So be really careful if you've got a bit of a niggly back. Don't go too far. So just a little side bend. If you're a little more flexible, you might slide down a little bit further. Some of you might even interlace the first 2 fingers around your big toe, then pop your thumb over the top. And then we want to, instead of collapsing, we want to feel as if we're really opening the shoulder, and maybe think of drawing the shoulder blades together at the back. Head down, forwards or up. And when you're ready, rolling up, breathing in. Hands just in front of you, little breath in there, let's come forwards. So toes up to the sky. Again, a position where we sometimes feel a little bit kind of stuck, so don't force it, just stay up a little bit, Vicky. One more breath. Rolling back up. This straight leg is going to tuck behind. And then we're going to use the back hand to reach down, hips lifting. And then reach the hand over the top. I like to look down, so we've got that lovely big stretch right from the fingertips down into the hips. Squeeze your bottom lots. And then when you're ready, lowering the bottom, sweeping the hand across the face, and then just doing a little turn to finish. So then we're going to come back into the centre. Sit back, switch the legs around. So we draw the heel in. Just check you haven't rocked back onto your sit bones again, and lift them up and back. Extend the leg, hand to shin, inhale, lift. And exhale, slide down. So you might pause here. If you've got any shoulder niggles, you don't have to have the arm up, you can just place the hand down. And then if you want to go a little further, you can, maybe hooking the fingers around the big toe and your thumb over the top. Maybe looking up if that feels okay for the neck. And then when you're ready, inhale, we're lifting. Exhale, we're walking forwards a little bit, not too far. inner thigh into the hamstrings. Just be careful here. Rolling up when you're ready. Let's take that straight leg, tuck it behind you. Place your other hand down, and I'm going to sweep across, squeeze the bottom of the hips up and forwards, reach towards the back corner and look down. And then when you're ready, bottom lowering, sweep the hand across the face, and then we'll just come back around into a little twist. Lovely, let's come back into the middle. So we're going to swing the legs around now. We're going to come down into our backs. So scooch up your mat a little bit and we'll come into our shoulder bridge. So we're going to roll down, tuck your heels nice and tight in towards your bottom, hands down by the side of the body, take a breath in, and then as we exhale, we're going to press down into the floor with the feet. So you might come to about here, squeeze your bottom knots, and breathe. Some of you might want to come a little higher. So we're going to press down into the floor, lift the hips a little bit more, and then you want to tuck your shoulder blades underneath. So you're right off your neck, you're in your shoulder blades, interlace the hands if they will reach. And then think of really rising up through the belly, grounding through the big toes. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So a great one for strengthening the back of the body. One more nice big breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to slide the hands out, maybe just untuck the shoulder blades a little bit. Option, lift up onto the balls of the feet, take a breath in, and then take your time to ripple down through the back. So one vertebrae at a time. Drop into the buttocks, let the feet land, and then let's draw the knees up and into the chest. So just give the knees a little hug, hold on to the front of the knees gently, and bring them up towards the chest, out to the side, and draw a little circle round. See if you can drop into your shoulder blades as you exhale. Allow your face to be free from expression. And then we'll bring the knees together in the middle. You're going to drop your knees down to one side, so maybe bring them over towards me. So if they don't quite meet the floor, grab a little cushion, pop it underneath your knees. You're going to take the arms out to the side, relax the shoulders, palms up to the sky, make your toes relax, and then maybe lift your head and turn your head in the opposite direction. Really drop into the shoulders. Allow that underneath hip to really soften. Soften your fingers, soften your toes. And tune back into the rise and fall of your body. So breath in, body lifting. Breathing out, softening wherever you can soften. One more breath. Head coming back into the centre first. Lifting the legs as we breathe in. Breathing out, placing them onto the other side. Use that cushion underneath your knees if you need to, or sometimes it's quite nice to have a cushion between your knees, that's quite comfy as well. So we can take the arms out to the side, lift the head, turn the head to the front if you like, and then drop into your shoulders and soften into your underneath hip, around the buttock. Breathing out, softening the fingers, letting the jaw become nice and loose again. So jaw loose, chin melting towards your shoulder. Just encouraging the body to twist. So kind of giving the digestive system a nice ring out here as well. So when we come back, it will get a fresh flush of new blood and oxygen, nutrients coming into our digestive system. Also helps to keep everything moving. Okay, so when you're ready, head coming back into the centre. Let's lift the legs up
And then just to finish, we're going to open the knees, drawing the soles of the feet together, and then maybe see if you can climb up and find your ankle bones. Settle down into the shoulders, relax the head. Maybe take a little wriggle in the hips. You might just stay here, or if you fancy a deeper stretch, maybe taking the legs out to the diagonals. You might hold your legs underneath, give yourself a little bit of support, or maybe hands on the inside and gently ease the legs open. Bending the knees come together, feet come down, and just extend your legs along the yoga mat. If you need to give your back a little bit of support, we can bend the knees. Feet a little wider than your hips, rest your knees together. And maybe just letting the arms come down by the side of your body. Coming back to the rise and fall of your body as you breathe. Feeling the body lift, expand, open with the in-breath. Exhale, soften, release, let go. So just feel your breath settling, feel your body settling. Allow your breath and your body to settle your mind. Taking a moment to let your body rest. Let your mind rest. Choose to stay a little bit longer if you like. Staying with the rise and fall of your body. Gradually bringing yourself back into your physical body, picturing yourself on your mat. Just giving your fingers and your toes a little wriggle. Maybe taking a few deeper breaths. And then see where your body needs to go to. You might need a nice big stretch. You might need to give your knees a little hug, maybe to release the lower back. And then when you feel ready, roll yourself onto one side. No rush to get there. And then move yourself up into a seated position. And bring your hands together into prayer, nestling the thumbs into your heart center. Just taking a moment of gratitude for this time and space that you've just created for yourself and for this incredible body that you inhabit. Sending you lots of love